Welcome to the episode Middle Ground with JLE L.L.C, where we treat you like family. That's the theme song, Detroit Love, off my first album, JLE Experience. I own the music and copyright. Don't mute on Facebook. I was going to say that. Got another amazing guest for you in this season 10. We have wealth making opportunities, educator, consultant, entrepreneur, and founder, owner of Strangers Group, Mark Engstar. I said it right.
Thank you for the welcome, Jeffrey.
Thank you. So let's get this party going. First question: what led you to this path?
Well, I've always wanted to help people and decided to use well, the opportunities that I see and that out there, how to create win-win situations for people and for other organizations. So, yeah, I started the Strangers Community, our charity, just over 2 years ago. I've been thinking about this for a very long time, planning how I was going to set up this Strangers Group and start, which is a social enterprise, and help other entrepreneurs and all that to build their journey. So I have been creating my startups at the moment, a few other companies, which I call my base companies, that we can help up and coming entrepreneurs. My charity can help other charities to make residual income streams where they start becoming self-funding, which is what I'm doing with my Strangers Community as well. So that's very important for me. My charity teaches financial knowledge, health knowledge, and we're teaching generational wealth building. So these are something that's very dear to me. I care about homelessness, hunger, the environment is another big care of mine. And so I have companies set up that are working towards solving these problems as well. And I just believe that all companies should be giving back to their communities, and I want to make it standard practice. And that's the mission of the Strangers Group, is to help as many startups in the future as well, and to start influencing others, growing our community, taking shares in companies, but helping to grow these new companies and new thoughts. We're creating our own coaches and all that too, to be training these up and coming entrepreneurs and how we believe things should be done. So,
yeah. Okay, that's pretty awesome. But some people don't care to do what you're doing, which definitely can help others generate their wealth and group. So, what are your duties at Strangers Group?
well, it's always been about how do I set up and team for each organization? How do I grow my teams? Because my big mission on plan is to be, the sooner I'm not in there running things day to day, I can work behind people. Because this Strangers Community is my legacy that I'm planning to leave behind, and my gift to the environment, to the planet, to people, and it's creating the systems that are going to be, the sooner they're running without me, the better. That's the goal, and that just in case something happens to me. But it's always been the idea of set this up so for you not being around, and that for the long term, and create my teams. And the sooner my teams get my vision and understanding, implementing things, I've done my job as well. And it's about me working on my organizations, not so much in them on a day-to-day basis, so that I can actually grow them and all that too, with my team.
I can relate to that, as God put me on this purpose to help others find theirs by interviewing amazing individuals to all career fields. I'm getting it out the mud, brick by brick, on how to build a company. And
Nice.
that's my goal, to make sure this is still running long after I'm gone, still helping others find their purpose.
Yeah, you understand. Excellent.
Oh yeah, I'm doing all the titles. Like, okay, it's a process. At some point, you're gonna have the social media person that's gonna put all your flyers up. Someone is going to contact the guests in
Yeah.
time. Trust the process.
Yeah, I've just been having all my backgrounds built for each of my companies. So I'm just preparing to make all my videos myself, promoting our vision and mission for each of my organizations, and get them out there on my YouTube channel and that. And so that's what, just in the process that we're just about to go through next week.
Oh, after the behind the scenes curtain, after every episode of all three of my shows, I spent like over an hour later or so going through creating reels for each episode, finding good content that I should put out. Then download the episode still to Spotify so it can be heard across the globe, which I'm humble and fortunate to have listeners in 31 countries, all age groups. But that grind, boy, is a grind. If
Well,
I'm
I'm
done
lucky.
by 10 o'clock my time, I'm lucky.
Right. Yeah, I've worked from when I'm awake, and that pretty much it's my vision, my course. I live alone myself too, so everything I do is pretty much just my my mission, and that as well. Yeah, I'd love to put this out on our YouTube channel too to promote you as well.
Okay. Yeah, because my Facebook have an issue, but I have it on my LinkedIn and my YouTube channel. And if anybody on Facebook, if you're having an issue watching it, I'm going to take my YouTube and share it to my Facebook. If you have an issue watching live, I don't know, first time ever, but technology, you keep it moving, you know. So, what is a wealth making opportunities educator? I never seen that title before.
Yeah, well, I like to be original, and everything
Okay,
I
dope, dope.
yeah. So I created it, and it's because I am educating the new way of doing things, I believe.
Okay.
And so it's about creating my own title and all that for I believe in share your uniqueness. And,
Definitely.
we're all unique, and we shouldn't be trying to just conform and fit into the group. We need to tell our own story. And that's, what we're blessed to do. And so it's how I plan to operate is I'm growing communities myself, the Strangers Community Global Group, which are people that care about the environment, they care about the community, they care about others, and they want to support the Strangers community and the Strangers group and what we're doing in the companies that we're growing. The Strangers group controls the snowballing group, which is a group that is helping all the entrepreneurs of the future, and we're taking equity in their companies and helping them to grow with our business management company, Alternative Thinking, and that as well. So this is the Snowballing Community Global Group is a community that I'm growing of people that just care about making money, and there's nothing wrong with that, I guess. Either people with different stages in life, what they're doing and stuff. To me, there's sort of two types of people, so I'm growing two different communities. It's just that those that are just wanting to be making money will be supporting the social enterprise causes, the Strangers group, and our Strangers community in the background, as well as we have will control the snowballing group. So to me, it's a win-win situation there as well. And so that's what I'm doing.
Okay. Because I know when I was in business school at Wayne State, a lot of our books you would hear about companies are getting more involved in social responsibility. You're just not here to be in, say, Spain and make all the money you can. You actually got to contribute to the environment that you put your business into. That's what good companies do, and it's better for your brand. And I have seen more companies are doing what they were teaching us in business school, make more of a longer impact. So anybody that don't care about your brand might care about the fact that you're trying to help whatever issues you might notice in the environment that your company is in, whether it might be homelessness or starving kids or whatever the issue might be. They're trying to tackle it And that's good for your brand because the average person that don't care about what you're selling is going to care about your interest to do that. And that might bring them to want to or partner with you.
Yeah, I totally agree on that too. And that's why I'm started the Strangers Market, which is our online store as well, which works very deeply with the Strangers community. And so that also sells products and services. And I did have a website up and running before the sabotage, which was my flagship website. And it was to help all the entrepreneurs coming up. It gave them a platform to sell their services and products, and they could advertise on the site for free. And as a helping hand up, that's what the Strangers Group does. And the Strangers community motto is strangers helping strangers. So
Okay, that's pretty awesome. Strangers helping strangers.
yeah, it's about the community is our not-for-profit is combining with other charities globally and all that too, because we believe in the strength of numbers. And that's why I am growing the Strangers Community Global Group, so that we can influence by our numbers and start having more influence around the globe and that too. But it's about sharing knowledge as well. And I have my own WhatsApp groups set up to help other charities and all that too, where they're sharing knowledge and helping each other to not only just grow their own food, but how to and all the school children and that in these orphanages and schools that I'm working with in Africa and elsewhere, that teaching them to harvest and dehydrate and store their food and sell their food, and also we're replanting Africa and trees and improving people's water and giving them beehives and microloans and stuff like that, so they can start growing their communities too with the beehives and making money, and improving their health as well. So these are some of the things. I'm working with other charities as well, because I believe it accelerates, by combining our strengths, we're improving the world quicker. And it's about, lifting the vibration of the planet and the people and improving our planet. And I believe too, that's why I'm sort of doing it through capitalism as well, with my twist on capitalism. So that people understand making money. And if you've got different organizations in different countries, people making money together, you're less likely you're going to stop fighting and you're going to start working together. And then we can start solving the problems sooner that are out there, working as one and not working apart from each other.
That is true. It's a lot of real issues that it's not really being tackled because a lot of division and wars breaking out, or many battles because of it.
Yeah. Take a lot of that greed and mistrust away, and that, by working together, and this is the environment that I'm working to create.
I agree. And shout out to Regina Ragland for dropping in to watch the show. Appreciate the support.
Bye, Regina.
We're at the part to promote you. The floor is yours, sir.
Yeah, I've just stood behind the Strangers Group at the moment, Strangers Community. So, and then the people I've met and everything have told me you need to start promoting your own brand, Mark Engstar, and that. So it's always been about laying the foundations for my companies first, so that because they are me as well. But Mark Engstar is going to be the new type of wealth making opportunities educator. And I've just in the last week created the Strangers Educational Academy, where we are offering the coaches and that I like in different organizations, different niches that need to be taught, their training programs. And, so that we can be putting our people through these training programs and helping them to make a better world as well. They have the opportunity to become coaches for my organisation after they've completed these courses. And I will help them to make residual income, generational income as well, working with my team. So this is part of me telling my story as being the Wealth Making Opportunities Educator. And I'm teaching how to make multiple streams of residual income mostly, but other forms of income as well, because it's about compounding your time. And that we only, we're all unfortunately have such a short time, and life is not as long as most people think it is. And you need to be making money while you're sleeping. You need to be making money while you're sick, and you need to be making money still when you're dead, for those that you care about or your organizations that you care about. So I'm setting and helping people to set these things in place right now, so they can be growing. Anyone can be working on their income streams and different residual income streams, because you should be having more paydays than bills going out. And that's what it's all about. And it's giving you back more time, so you're not doing the 40, 50, 60 hours a week, and preferably not for someone else. And that I'm about creating, I'm not just creating jobs, I'm creating entrepreneurs with what I'm doing. I believe people should be working for themselves and taking control of their lives and all that as well. And with the residual income streams that I can start them off on, they can start taking control of their lives, and eventually this will replace their full-time income, and they can choose what they want to do with their day and that as well then, because this money's residual. You do the work once, you continue to pay for it.
Okay. You thought about writing a book?
Just got one come out.
And the Spider Sense ain't wrong, baby.
Yeah.
Okay.
Transformations Unleashed. It's just I'm a co-author. It's my very first one. It's a co-author, and so it's just been released on Amazon. Transformations Unleashed, and I plan on doing my own in the very near future, talking about what I'm doing. I have a passion for teaching the teenagers or the younger, and this is something why I started my educational academy, because I really want to be teaching the very young and all that, and I'll be doing that through books too, Jeffrey. So
okay,
it's not taught in creating wealth is not taught in school and the education system. So this is something that I care about, and I want to change the way things are thought about. And it's not selling yourself for the next 40 years to someone else and ending up having nothing when that job's over. Well, you're probably going to go through many jobs because you don't have control of your life anyway. And so it's about helping. I want to be teenagers making money for themselves as they start going through life as well, and giving them choices and that, and teaching them to make money grow. You make money work for you. You don't work for money. And so it's about teaching them the secrets of how the wealthy operate and all that too, to the poor. And the sooner someone understands that and starts creating generational wealth, and that, the better. It's going to balance out and create less problems in the world and all that too, due to finance and hunger and all that sort of stuff. Because to me, a lot of it's just a lack of knowledge. And so that's why the Strangers community shares the knowledge. That's why Mark Engstar is sharing the knowledge and creating the platforms. So I always have a free entry level for people to come on board, so they have no excuse. All they need is an internet connection, and I can help them from day one to start building a future for themselves. So
that's awesome. Ever since I published 2 books, that Spider Sense, like, that might be the author you talking to. Let me find out. All right. What has been your biggest challenge on your journey?
Um, well, to be frank and honest, I got it. Unfortunately, we went into lockdown here in New Zealand just after we launched and all that due to COVID.
Mm-hmm.
And so I had to start working remotely. And so my biggest problem has been working with dishonest people, mostly overseas. Uh, and I actually teamed up with the wrong virtual assistance company who put me on to uh, uh, an international website building company, which the main tech guy turned out to be dishonest as well, and he's sabotaged my site twice by not delivering what I paid for and was
Mm-hmm.
promised. And so that has been my biggest problem right from 2 Christmases ago. I was given a sabotaged launch website. I had it rebuilt 2 months later. Unfortunately, I still was working with that VA company, and my PA gave out the passwords to my site when we went to go live again, and it was destroyed again on
Oh no.
launch because I didn't expect that to happen, and
Mm-hmm.
so yeah, that he must have paid them to give the password out again. So not only did I spend all that money and all that too, it was
Yeah.
very heartbreaking because I have all these orphanages and everything ready to come on board and work with the strangers market because I created my own networking remuneration plan that they
Okay.
could join for free and be making money, and that globally as well. And I believe I've created the best remuneration plan in the world myself that is free to do and to continue to do. And you don't even have to buy product or anything any month to qualify and make money from our organization. So, yeah, I believe so it was very not just painful for my dreams, but
Mm-hmm.
for the dreams of these other charities and all that too that have had to wait longer.
Yeah, but you learn from it. You get stronger.
Yeah, unfortunately, and then one of them stole the rest of my money and all
Oh,
that too about 4 months ago. Um, so it's been a struggle to start working our way back from there. So I could really do with a sponsor if there's a corporate sponsor or someone out there, because my goal is to get some money on board, and so that we can be running our training programs and getting these people off the unemployment benefit, the sickness benefit, and helping them to start making residual incomes themselves. And my team at the charity Strangers Community will help to grow them in income and get them off the benefits. Uh, I'm an ex-property developer myself too, so I'm really wanting to start like an investment program through my charity too, so that we can be buying flats and I can be getting the homeless and the solo mums and all that out of off the street, but out
mhm.
of our motel rooms that the government are paying and putting them up into all our cheap motels and paying far too
Okay.
much money for it too, and it's clogging our systems, night rooms for guests and all that too. So it's hindering our city's growth for concerts and sports events
Okay.
and all that sort of as well. But I can give them a better um, a better standard of living. I can start sharing them that knowledge. I can help them with their debts, budgeting, health knowledge, and all that
Mhm.
as well, and give them a business on the side that the government allows them to do as well, while they're still claiming the benefits and everything. They're allowed to earn well in New Zealand $150 a week anyway, which is a great help anyway, just to start with before it could possibly take over what their benefits earning them. And that, this is a lot of these take 2-3 years to build up
Mhm.
a full-time income, say, and that because you're just doing it part-time on the side, and it's like anything, it takes time to grow.
That's true. Okay.
So the sooner you start, the better you're going to be, the sooner off.
That's true. In your words, what has been your impact on your journey so far?
As the people that I've met along the way, the good people that I've met, I've met a lot of good ones as well, and they thanking me for what I'm doing. A lot of them are starting to hear me talk and see my vision. I belong in quite a few different community groups. I wasn't going to go into the food bank either, sharing food and that, but I teamed up with one of the larger catering companies here in New Zealand and all that, just because our charity is open 24/7 in the weekends and that as well. Like it's a weekend here now. And so, and not only that, I am giving all their fruit and everything that they have left over to a couple other food banks here in my city. Like we just started last month or so. And I am half a dozen apartment blocks where all the poor live now and all that too. We're filling their kitchens with fruit and that. And I think it's like many places after COVID and here in New Zealand, we've had a lot of natural disasters and everything too, and lost a lot of our fruit supplies in our own country as well. So fruit is just really skyrocketing. Fruit and vegetables, the prices have gone through the roof and all that as well. So and it's a lot better. Most of the food bank companies here just give processed food and stuff like that too, which is not the best for you. It just fills your stomach. There's not really nutrients and vitamins and that in it for you. So
that's true.
Yeah. So I'd rather fill them up on better quality food as well.
Okay. That's a goal that I believe will be achieved.
Yeah. So that's part of why I'd love to have a sponsor on board too, so we can buy a van so that we can be dropping off this food every week to the other food banks and apartments and that as well. Because I didn't expect to be going out into the food and helping people, but the way that they thanked me and all that too, and to help fill someone's belly is really great. And I know it's a big problem that they have in Africa. The people are always, because of my charity, they contact me constantly asking if I can feed them and all that too. But instead of feeding them for the day, I'm trying to I'm giving them the platform and the means and my tools and my help for them to create their own income streams and benefit their communities as well, and raise the poverty level, help bring their communities out of poverty as well. That's my bigger goal. Like they say, you can give someone a fish or you can teach them to fish. And
that's true. You teach them, they can do it forever.
Yeah, and to me, it's always about knowledge and supplying specialized knowledge and giving them the tools and the platforms for them to grow.
That is true. All right, and I need a Yoda game from you. I watch Star Wars. What advice do you have for someone trying to find their purpose?
Well, depending on what your purpose is, but I believe all you do is decide today to start, and that don't wait for the right time. There's never going to be the right time, and that make the start right now, whatever your purpose is, whatever your goal is, and do a little bit every day towards it. And you will find that you will attract, you're thinking about your purpose, you're thinking about it, you're putting it out there to the universe, you will start attracting the right people to you, the right situations to you to make your purpose happen. So just activate and action your purpose now.
That's great advice, because you got to start somewhere.
Yeah. And so the right time is right now. And yeah, because otherwise you'll just keep waiting for things to be perfect. And there's nothing it'll never be perfect timing.
You talk yourself out of it, and
yeah,
you blink, 2 years have passed and you still ain't started.
Too much planning and all that. And whereas you just start, you're going to make mistakes, you're going to struggle, but you're going to work your way through it. You're always moving forward, right? That's why your feet face forward and your eyes face forward.
That's true. Hey, I've made a lot of mistakes doing this so far, but you keep going, you get better. To where I was trying to say, man, you look like you got this on cruise control. Like if you saw the beginning.
I've always been shy of being on in pictures and not wanting to do Zooms, and I faced my fear a couple of Christmases ago. Was my New Year's resolution was to do public speaking, so I put
Okay.
myself through a course and all that too, and it's really helped me in my Zoom meetings. I knew I had to start talking about my vision, my mission, making my own videos, and telling the world about what I wanted to do. I was always the guy that sat there in the background on these community events and said nothing. and I keep getting a lot of compliments now about how I have just gone from a
Now, you're awesome,
mind,
bro. You knocking
yeah,
out the park. You're knocking
you
out the
know,
park.
yeah,
Because only you know your brand, so you got to be that microphone, constantly, helpfully brainwashing people to hear about your brand, hear about your brand, hear about your brand. I mean, just
yeah.
like a commercial. You keep seeing a commercial about donuts. After a while, you're like, man, I want to man some donuts right now. Because you keep seeing it. So you keep talking about what your brand doing, how it's trying to help the community. I mean, man, see that person talk about maybe want to donate, help them out.
Mm.
And
Yeah,
you got to
and
believe in
it's
your
been
brand.
hard. Jeffrey, going through last year, it's been really hard trying to talk and promote yourself about everything when everything had been destroyed. And
True.
I was told to promote a month out from launch date on certain projects when the website developers told me we'll go live then. And
Mm-hmm.
of course, we never went 100% live working.
Mm-hmm.
My website had gone live at different times, but it was never totally running right. And then just problems, and that was never fixed. And
Absolutely.
yeah,
Stuff happens.
unfortunately, all the good stuff was taken off it, and I was blackmailed and all that as well. And I just let the website go and all that too.
But this one's going to be better.
Yeah, and better people are coming on board.
Mm-hmm. You're just going through the process. So
Yeah,
instead
I
of
have a new pitch
with
deck.
it,
I have the company involved. I just have to raise the money to build my new website now, and that as well. But we're starting on social media, and instead of just the website too. So
oh yeah, you
we're
got to
moving
utilize
forward,
everything.
different directions, right? And do what you have to do.
Yeah, I mean, all the social media's out here. That's a useful tool to advertise what you got going on.
A lot of people doing very well just without websites.
Mm-hmm. But then when you start getting more traction, my website is running. Go here.
Yeah,
Everything's right here. Like, okay. You got to be a
yeah.
little more personable. So doing a TikTok, I still got to do that myself. Let people know, okay, this person kind of cool. They can make fun of themselves. I trust that brand. People want to see that type of stuff now. What your day to day look like a little bit. Are you a normal person? Have normal that they deal with that they can relate to, and it's going to finally hit what it's supposed to, and you just got to be ready once it does. When the investors come, the sponsors, and all that, you'll realize everything you've been through is preparing you for that moment to where okay, it's time for it to really go to the next level. I've learned all the lessons. Now I'm ready to do it and knock it out the park. Keep rolling.
Yeah, definitely. Like, I can't wait to put this up on my YouTube channel too, for both of us to as a win-win.
Absolutely, absolutely. I'm definitely put on all of my platforms. I've just learned on my music Facebook page when I make the reels, people are really watching those. I'm like, okay, respect. I appreciate it. So
I've just started about 3 weeks ago playing with reels myself and all that too. While didn't have staff, I've just got new staff again. So yeah, experimenting myself, and I'm ready to put them out there onto the sites too.
yeah, because I don't know if you have a StreamYard account, but they're getting to a level where they're trying to make you don't go nowhere else. So they have all that for your shows or whatever, and it's all right at your disposal. Where once you're done with it, you can just start making reels and go through the episode. Oh, this was a good point. That was a good point. And you add what platforms you want to go to, and you want you give it a name or whatever, bam, it's already there.
Yeah, over a year and a half ago, I paid for a year's membership with StreamYard, and that for my social media team to use. None of them used it and all that. And I attended the event and all that too. And unfortunately, the owners that were running it at the time, it was for beginners and all that too, for learning, but they didn't care about us beginners that were attending at the time. They just cared about the couple of people on there that knew a lot about it, and they just talked above us and weren't answering any of us learners' questions and all that, which annoyed me at the time, and so it put me off StreamYard, unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean, I would say take a look at it, bro, because they're adding stuff all the time where it makes it easier for you to get your content out.
Yeah, I know they've grown a lot since then. They were just pretty new to it too back then.
And now that's probably why they have a video. Like once you go on there, it'll be, we have this new thing. They have like a 5-minute video explaining how to use it. So probably those issues before they tried to correct.
Yeah, totally. They were starting out and all that as well.
I'd definitely press play. Like, okay, he does what? Got you. Let me figure this thing out and use it. Let's keep this party going.
Yeah, well, no doubt I'll probably go back to there now. But I'm going to be talking to my PA next week, because I just had him wipe StreamYard from there too, because I've been trying to take a lot of stuff off my laptop that I thought was unnecessary anymore.
Gotcha.
But now that I see that I'm on StreamYard and I have no background, and I see you have one, next time I appear on StreamYard, I want my backgrounds on there, right?
Oh yeah, this is my
my
data room.
So
I ain't got that green screen yet. It's just the back of my wall in my dining room.
Oh, so that's the banner thing that I'm seeing behind us as well.
You can put that on there now. Like you can download to create your own background. Like I just figured that out where put my logo up there.
Okay, and you can do one too, though. Can you for behind yourself or not?
Yeah, if you have a green screen, you can have something like tropical. Look, this is just my dining room.
And your own logo and stuff, right? And like I usually got my own backgrounds behind me of whatever company that I'm talking about or my charity as well. And
this way my show look now was new. Like, I could do this for a background. Like, okay, that looks dope. All right, let's do it. So they
be more organized.
Let people know what it is.
Yeah. Yeah, like you say, you're always branding yourself, and so that's why I attend a lot of community networking events and all that too, because you got your branding in the background, and all it's costing you is your time.
That is true. That is costing your time, and time worth spent. Once you do get to, because if you keep working that, you're going to get to the point where you should get to. But are you ready when you get there? That's the true question. You're going to turn to the dark side with it? All this money pile I'm about to do? Or are you going to still be on your purpose and do what you're supposed to do when all that money pile up and keep going further to help others and do what you say your brand does do? That's the tricky part because people don't realize you're going to get there, keep working. But when you get there, it's going to be, you can use it for good, use it for evil. Hope you stay on the right path. Well, I definitely want to thank founder, owner of Strangers Group, author Mark Engstar, for sharing his story and his journey. Anybody watching or watch the replay, reshare it. Another great guest in season 10. I'm going to keep them coming. And I hope everyone have a great weekend. I know it's warm over here in Detroit, Michigan. Finally, we'll see how long it go. It's been winter-like for a minute this month of May. Mental Health Month. Take some time for yourself because this is Mental Health Month. Get some me time. You deserve it.
Yeah. Nice.
Till next time, everybody.
Thank you so much, Jeffrey.
That Can't nothing stop me.